My interest in the Alabama-West Florida Conference and North Alabama Conference had its beginnings in the understandings of those leaders that I identified with and became to know as my growth and development. Joseph H. Griggs, George Russell, Y.T. Washington, and Newman Jordan. All of those were pioneers who labored and ministered and served in the former Central Jurisdiction and the Central Alabama Conference. They carried out tremendous work, laboring under, serving under different strange circumstances, which I did not have the opportunity to serve, but I benefited from their labors, and I am a beneficiary of the sacrifices that those pioneers, I would look upon them, those unsung heroes made as they dealt with living in two worlds, as W. Du Bois would say when he talks in the Souls of Black Folk, that we live in two worlds. So it was that duality of loyalty that many ministers had to contend with, living in both the Central Jurisdiction and being a part of the United Methodist Church, as well as living in the Negro, Black, colored communities of our settings. We are now some 45 years since the merger of the Central Jurisdiction and Central Alabama Conference into the annual conferences and jurisdictions geographically of where they exist. And as we look at that, many of us have benefited from that, but at the same time, many of our churches have not kept up with the transition. We, at one time, were one of the stronger conferences in the Central Jurisdiction, Central Alabama Conference. But somehow what we see now is an opportunity to reclaim and re-identify with the issues that our people are struggling with within their own communities. But I'm convinced that the United Methodist Church still has a vision and a mission and has an organizational structure that is well suited for us to address the concerns that our people are contending with. Even though we're living in a period, in an era where the issues are not as clearly defined as they were in a segregated era, there still is opportunity for ministry. We're living in an era of somewhat prosperity, employment opportunities. Our housing conditions may be improved, but many people are struggling in our areas, and they're struggling across lines of culture, across lines of class, across lines of social economics. So we have to help our people understand what it is that fundamentally grows a congregation, that makes a congregation vital. We're not talking about numbers, but we're talking about the quality of the ministry. For all congregations, no matter what the numbers are, all congregations have been called by God, have been strategically placed within that community to focus on something that can help maintain the vitality of that congregation and the vitality of that community. So we have to begin to find out what it is that we need to recapture in that area. I'm convinced we have the resources, we have the ability, we have the people. The time is now, the time is right, and the opportunities are present for us. So I'm thankful for this opportunity. The North Alabama Home Conference is preparing on March 26, 2017 to celebrate, to come together and have this opportunity there at Roanoke, to remember where we have come from, remembering our past, reflecting on our present, and determining, seeing where God is calling us to go in the future, because we have a great witness, we have a great story, we have a song to share, and we have a calling. And God still is in charge of us.